Broadcast Channel. I'm Sydney Doss, this is Krista Doss, and that's Paige Doss. Hello.
Hello, thank you for joining us today.
Today's top stories. What is the purpose of the beating heart? How the heart contributes to the top-selling book, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and we even have a special guest, Esther Greenwood.
I'd say the heart is an organ that pumps blood throughout our bodies, supplying it with the oxygen it needs.
Did you know your heart is the size of your fist?
So basically what you're trying to say is the heart is our life, obviously.
EBC would like to thank all of those scientists out there who did everything to figure out what we need to know about our hearts.
You rock.
Have any of you guys read The Bell Jar?
Yes, I loved it.
Sylvia Plath mentally wasn't stable, so she contributed that into her books and poems. I personally am a fan of her works.
Yes, Paige, I agree. I feel like Sylvia made Esther a stronger person than she ever was. She didn't want Esther to die. She was almost just like Sylvia, and I think that's what she wanted the readers to see. She used Esther's beating heart to help portray this.
I agree, because Esther wanted to be like everyone else, and yet she did try to commit suicide. Her heart was always bigger than her mind. Her heart kept her alive. It spoke louder than her thoughts or her feelings.
I just think that Esther couldn't take the fact that she wasn't like the other girls. She lost her father. I mean, how would you feel?
I totally agree. Even though at some points in the book she mentally wasn't there, she had a bigger heart than any of them put together. She listened to her heart, and that's sometimes a hard thing to do in these type of situations.
She was very strong for that.
Enough with this chit-chat. Why don't we talk to Esther ourselves? Let's bring her out. Please welcome Esther Greenwood.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you here.
Esther, as a character chosen by Sylvia Plath to be so much like her, how do you feel about that?
Personally, I don't think I'm anything like her. She had far more problems than I ever did.
What stopped you each time you tried to kill yourself? For instance, when you tried to drown yourself.
I just couldn't do it. No matter how many times I punished myself under the water, I would come back up.
Do you think it could have been your heart?
It could have been.
As written in The Bell Jar on page 158, you say, I thought I could swim out until I was too tired to swim back. As I paddled on, my heartbeat boomed like a dull motor in my ears. I am, I am, I am.
Why did you choose the phrase, I am? It happens one other important time in the story.
I remember talking to Cal about how he would choose to kill himself, and he said with a gun. And I just thought to myself, that's the manly way to go. I would never know the correct place to even shoot myself. I decided that drowning would be the best choice. Drowning to me seemed like it would be the easiest. I would get tired, then just let myself go. But really what happened was just the opposite. My mind told me you can do this, while my heart pounded in my chest. I am. Each time I tried just to listen to my mind, and I couldn't. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't. My heart practically thudded out of my chest, trying to almost take my body to say no. I do believe that my heart was stronger than my mind, and it stopped me each time I went into my suicidal state of mind.
As you said on page 243 of the book, I took a deep breath and listened to the old brag of my heart. I am, I am, I am. Now this was the second to last page of the book, so do you believe that the I am stood for you being alive?
I really do, yes. Being in a mental hospital and meeting people like Joan and Dr. Nolan and all the other doctors to help me, I do think that I am off to better days and that I learned to listen to my heart at my lowest points, and it's a big part of who I really am.
Thank you so much for sharing, Esther.
Thanks for being on our show.
That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to EBC, Emergency Broadcast Channel. See you tomorrow.
EBC! Do you think it could have been your heart?
It could have been.
Restart that.
I
So we
chose
can
to
try
drown,
record again?
not to be shot.
Oh, geez.